Have a nice gay.
Hey, beautiful. It's Friday, August the 20th, 2021. Welcome to Have a Nice Gay, where you have to appreciate the diva you have, not the diva you want. I'm Mike Johnson, and I'm here with another edition of Diva Battle Royale, just because I messed up the instructions, I guess, or some things aren't exactly totally clear. A couple of clarifying points on this whole thing. So, yeah, go to haveanicegay.com/bracket to participate in this whole thing. But some people asked some questions that I think definitely bear exploring. First, there will be no results from the voting announced until after the bracket deadline. So even though voting by email is happening now, don't expect to hear anything from that until after the bracket deadline. The bracket deadline is September the 1st, so that's Wednesday, September the 1st, by midnight Pacific time. Please fill out your entire bracket all the way to the end, how you think these divas are going to match up, and submit it by then so you could be entered into the contest. Next, email votes are already being counted, so please send those in. One set of votes per email address. You only are voting on the first round, which I'm going to announce the second half of the bracket here at the end of this episode. But one set of votes per email address will count. Also, after September 1st, after that bracket deadline, we're going to be adding polls on our social media where we can. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly how that works. But I know on Facebook, for instance, on our Facebook group, facebook.com/haveanicegaypod, we will put a poll up for a few days, and you will be able to vote on the divas that way as well. Yes, that means that you can vote multiple times. If you send in an email and you go to our Facebook group and vote in that poll, you get to vote more than once. We're also trying to figure out if maybe we can do it on Instagram. More details on that later, but at the earliest, we would start voting on divas again after the bracket deadline on September 1st. Also, if you send in a bracket and it's totally filled out, I'm going to count that as emailing in your vote. I figure that your selections for the first round and who you would vote for should be the same unless you have a weird idea of how to win. So you don't need to vote separately in an email if you're just sending in a bracket. I will count that as your first set of votes. However, you will have to vote after that. Even if you were totally right 100% across the board, you still are going to have to vote on divas downstream because I'm not keeping track of all of that. Okay, great. So now let's read the second half of the diva bracket. The first head-to-head is Beyonce versus Liza Minnelli. Next, Donna Summer versus Cyndi Lauper. Next is Rihanna versus Kylie Minogue. And last but certainly not least, Madonna versus Lizzo. So now you have heard all of the divas, and you can please send in your votes via email and look for voting to begin on our social media after the September 1st deadline. Once again, please get in your completed, filled out brackets by September 1st at midnight Pacific time to be entered into the contest. And the rules are at haveanicegay.com/bracket. You can also pick up a bracket there, fill it out, and email it to us. We are Have a Nice Gay Pod on all social media, and our website is haveanicegay.com. Until tomorrow, have a nice gay.
Have a nice gay.